Let's just kick this off real quick. We got a half hour. So, season 3. Here we go. What we know so far. We know that Ali Adler is leaving as showrunner, and Jessica, I'm horrible with names, Quiller and Robert Rovner are stepping up to take her place, along with Andrew Kreisberg. Kevin Smith will, of course, return to direct an episode. Go figure.
It's that time of year again.
Maggie is still on the show, but will not be a series regular. It premieres this Monday, so that's why we're doing this episode now. So to kind of get all the thoughts out before. We have cast Carlos Bernard as Maggie Sawyer's father, Oscar, who is also a cop. And we'll get to see a snapshot into her life that she lived during the time of her conservative family that did not approve of her sexual orientation. And let's see. Some more of the big news. Adrian Pasdar, if you're not familiar with him, he is from Heroes. He played the oldest Petrelli. I guess he was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
General Talbot.
Yeah, that's Talbot. Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to be Morgan Edge.
It's work.
Oh, Morgan Edge.
He's also the voice of animated Iron Man on a lot of the Marvel series.
Mm-hmm.
But they described Morgan Edge as a real estate tycoon right now.
He's going to be their Lex Luthor.
Oh, you mean like Maxwell Lord? What?
Exactly, yeah.
Which
How many Lex Luthors do they have on this show? Because don't they actually have like an actual Luthor on the show to be the Lex Luthor?
They have
That's
Lena,
his sister, yeah,
and we're gonna talk about Lena here in a minute. But I kind of like the idea because it says that her Morgan Edge's ideology is going to clash with Supergirl's, so I'm kind of curious about that.
You know what they could,
and I'm hoping that it leads towards Intergang.
Oh yeah, like in the comics, because he was like running Intergang, and then they started like getting weapons from Darkseid.
Yeah. So that would be really cool if they kind of start to do the Intergang. Carl Lumbly, who voiced Martian Manhunter in Justice League, the animated series, you know, the one that everybody thinks of as Martian Manhunter, will play Myron Jones, Martian Manhunter's dad. So I'm not sure if this is going to be in flashbacks or what. And I don't know if anybody else has. Yeah, it's Marin. M''YRNN. So it'll be Marin. I think it's kind of interesting, just like a tidbit, that he's the last surviving Green Martian, but Mars is still highly popular with white Martians. Like, it's a whole planet up there full of aliens.
Exactly.
Like, that just seems like that's an interesting just thought, period. We have Emma Tremblay, who's on Elysium and The Giver, which I never watched the movie because I heard it was nothing like the book, will join the show as a young Supergirl fan named Ruby. That's all we're given. So I'm not really sure what that means.
Sidekick?
Names. I apologize. Yale Groblas will be Psy, a psychic who cruelly manipulates people's minds. That's a cool character. Callista Flockhart, of course, will return season 4 season premiere. We don't know if she'll be a regular or if she'll go back to just being, like here and there character as Cat Grant. Chris Wood will return as Mon-El. That's kind of a bummer. I kind of thought, hey, what'd be great if he was out for like half a season, a whole season, comes back in a year or two.
I wonder if they're bringing
in a
back
suit
for the crossover.
In a suit with an alternate origin as an alternate person with a reason for being named Mon-El. Still my biggest beef with this show as of right now. We do know, this is happy news for all those Smallville fans, that Erica Durance, who played my favorite Lois Lane on Smallville, has been recast to be Laura, Supergirl's mom. So that's exciting. Once again, that's another reason why we want that Tom Welling snippet crossover. The crossover this year will be earlier, and it will be Crisis on Planet X. Now, what have you read, Phil, about the Crisis? I've been talking a lot. Let you jump in here.
It's based on like an old Justice League, Justice Society team up where it's basically a planet where the Nazis won World War II, so now you get like dark versions of all the heroes, and hey, they're gonna crash Barry and Iris's wedding. Which I think
sounds right.
Which I think proves my theory. Cause I think they said there's going to be at least an episode of The Flash or two with Felicity on it. I'm like, okay, bachelorette party, and then the crossovers, the wedding, which is going to be weird because I guess, well, Arrow's on Monday night after Supergirl, so the wedding's probably going to be in that third hour, either the third hour, better be in that third hour. That's when the Flash is on. Better be on the
because they're doing it. They're moving Arrow that week, and it's just going to be 2 hours Monday, 2 hours Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, to a point, I like the 1 hour for 4 nights kind of better, but two-hour blocks is interesting.
It's going to be like a big, the big fight stuff the first 2 hours. Then on Flash, we get the wedding, maybe some more fighting, and then Legends of Tomorrow wraps it up again. When they really went those numbers up on Legends of Tomorrow, it has to be the last part again.
It's just weird how they're doing that, but whatever. I'm cool with the crossover being like this. I mean, they're like, we need to save on budget. How can we do this? Just use the same actors as evil sides of themselves. Okay, it works.
All we gotta do is pay for wardrobe.
And then I did say that Katie McGrath as Lena will be a full-time series regular.
Might as well. She almost seemed like a full-time last season. I mean, close to it.
Annabelle has been cast as Rain, which we know Rain from the Last Daughter of Krypton, Supergirl first volume of the New 52. She is a world destroyer. But what's weird is they said her version will be a little bit different. So I'm like, are they going to try to do like something like with the Davis Bloom angle like they did on Smallville? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tricky when you do Doomsday, like outside of the comics, because it's like it was originally created as a plot device, to kill Superman.
So, now, there was one report that said the crossover would be Kara and Alex centric. Doesn't seem like that is the case.
All I want, is make that. Hopefully, Supergirl episode is going to be like a full part of the crossover, unlike last year.
So, my mom keeps trying to call me. What's up, Mom? I'm live on the line.
Man, I'm on the marathon.
We will get an episode where the two sisters do go back to Midvale, and we have new actors who are going to be portraying their younger selves. So that'll be interesting. Now, this tidbit kind of ties into something I want to see, and what we were talking about with Charlie is it says that Supergirl will get a new suit this season. And I'm kind of hoping more along the lines of where they went with Injustice 2. And even like the Man of Steel, like where we saw like Feora had pants, like instead of doing the Supergirl skirt.
Oh, they're going to give her the 80s headband?
Hope not the 80s headband, but like...
Maybe they're going to pull a Flash, because Flash is getting a new suit this season. I think, isn't it like that one he was wearing in the future last season? It's like a brighter red, so maybe they're going to make like the red and blues on Supergirl brighter.
Brighter, but like, I just think the skirt, like, I get it, she's a girl, but at the same time, like, does she have to wear a skirt? Because it's kind of weird when you think about, like, just think about some of the outfits she wears as Kara.
Mm-hmm.
and then she does the shirt rip to show her Supergirl suit. Where's that skirt? Where's that cape? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least sometimes in the Christopher Reeve Superman, like, you could kind of maybe think his suit was under there.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, he had those big, bulky clothes on and everything. But she's wearing, like, skin-tight fitted clothes. And you're telling me, like, that skirt would, like, crunch in her pants. Like, that's why...
Unless she's putting it on after she rips the shirt open, because, I mean, hey, super speed.
Maybe. That's why, like, you know, as much as some people didn't like it, I kind of liked the idea of the Superman suit was, like, Kryptonian armor in New 52, like a bio thing, and it came from, like, a patch of his symbol he had on his chest. Because at least that made a little bit more sense to where, like, oh, the suit comes out instead of trying to say he's wearing this suit under his clothes, cape and all. I mean, that's one, like, conundrum that they have avoided with the film series, is they haven't really had that scene of him rushing off with the suit. So
at least that would be an explanation, some kind of Kryptonian tech where it just, like, you know, like, slides on them or something.
So I mean, I'm completely cool with going that route. A new suit, like, I think if they're gonna do a new suit, do pants, like, change it up. Look at the Injustice 2 Supergirl for inspiration. That would be really cool to see something a little bit more along those lines, just to change it up. We have cast, and I don't have this in my notes, I didn't put in who it was, but we have Saturn Girl from the Legion of Heroes coming.
Oh yeah, Legion of Superheroes. I wonder if they're going to bring that whole thing in like they did on Smallville.
I have never been a huge fan of the Legion.
Yeah, I've never been really big into them. I keep meaning to read some stuff, but
I've never gotten into it. Like, I watched a little bit of the Legion cartoon where they had, like, Superboy in it and stuff. Then on Smallville, it was Supergirl. She eventually left and went to the future to join the Legion because she had no place on Earth.
Okay, Supergirl. Okay, it's Amy Jackson as Saturn Girl on Supergirl.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm completely open to, maybe a Legionnaire popping in or out just for that fun, but I don't need, like, a full Legion, like, huge story arc. Maybe they could just be like, we found Mon-El. That's what we need. Mon-El shows up, and it's a new actor. He's been recast. He's older, but he's now, like, been living in the future for years. That's what it is.
Well, yeah, didn't they do that in the wasn't Mon-El with the Legion for a while or something?
Yeah.
That's when that portal opened up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe it's the Legion, 30th century.
Or he went to Apocalypse and was tortured by Granny Goodness for what seemed like years and sent back in time to the moment he left to destroy Supergirl and all of Earth as an evil Mon-El. That'd be pretty dope.
True.
I like Chris Wood, the actor. I just don't like what they're doing with his character.
Yeah, I don't like the character.
So, I mean, I'm no hate towards him. I'm just saying I feel bad because I don't like what they're doing with the character and just his storyline. Now, the meat, the fun part. What do we want to see as fans for Season 3? I'll go first with one of mine. I have several points here. Like I said on Capes and Lunatics, I want to see a quick flashback of Tom Welling as Jor-El. It can be 10 seconds for all I care. He can be in the background. It can be imposed through, like, film him on a green screen and then just put him in the shot. I don't care. He plays Jor-El sitting there on like a tablet looking thing as he's just designing a spaceship or something. That's all I need right there. That's 1 point. Now you go, Phil.
Season 3. I don't know. More like, it's kind of hard because it's like, do you bring in a bunch of Superman villains and elements, or because I mean, Supergirl really doesn't have like a lot of her own rogues,
That is one of the things that's tricky. Or you get the female version of a Superman villain, like Rain. Like Rain's an original, but yet at the same time it feels kind of like Doomsday-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the way they've set her up at the moment. So here's one. I wrote the storyline. Manchester Black gets out of prison and can't find Superman because he's off-world, so he decides to attack Supergirl to get revenge on what Superman did to him. He regained his powers after his lobotomy. And Manchester's played by James Marsters. He would be the perfect Manchester Black. It's a callback actor to a previous Superman incarnation. He's a great actor, and it would like add weight to like the already history that Superman has of being on Earth. So that's one. I didn't do it this year, but I'm still championing for the crossover to be Mongol and World. Like, I think having Mongol show up and having a crossover where all the heroes are on World would be awesome.
I don't know, something like that. Like, do you need like the payoff to be like everyone shows up in the crossover for that?
No, but I mean, like, you could have the Flash and Supergirl, Felicity, just so she can get killed off. But I'm trying to think who else. John Jones, so we wouldn't need a crossover for that. But who else like would be good? Solo? All right, buddy, you okay? All right, buddy. You want to come downstairs? Okay, you can play upstairs. That's fine.
Dad, I got stuff to do.
Yeah, he's like, Dad, I'm just gonna hang up in my room. I want to see Mon-El try to fight Superman, just because I think that'd be fun. if he comes back, like I just want to see Superman lay him out. More attention, and I don't know what I want with the character, but I want to doubt myself with Lena. Like, I want to have scenes where I'm not sure if Lena's good or if Lena's bad. Like, I want this uneasiness to keep building that they've already started.
Yeah, but I mean, my question is, are they doing like the dark third season like they seem to do in all these shows? Because they were saying about how she's fully Supergirl now. She's really not doing much with Kara because, you know,
she's
the whole thing with Mon-El, and it's like they always do this on the third season. You know, Arrow, look at that third season. Oof. Last season on The Flash, it was, you know, Iris is gonna die.
It was, this is starting out well. Oh, Barry Savitar. Well, this sucks. Yeah, like, you know, we're gonna see. I mean, this is technically the third season of Legends, isn't it?
Yeah, this will be the third season. Yeah,
because they had that mini first season. That, so I mean, we'll kind of see how Legends goes as well. I like the idea of her just trying to live as Supergirl and not Kara. See what that does to her as a character. Where she's just Supergirl 24 hours. I'd like to see some more Supergirl things that don't involve the DEO. Or maybe some Alex stories that don't involve Supergirl. Would be kind of neat. Like, I would like for Jimmy to get a new like color scheme of something as Guardian, or just decide that he wants to move to another city as Guardian, or him just kind of be more Jimmy and not Guardian. Like, something has to be done with that character, because I was rewatching the first 2 episodes of Supergirl with Solomon the other day, and just the way that the shift goes from I want to date Jimmy to we're good, just leave it. Like, it just seems like everything got changed. And then my last thought was the Metal Men. What if we brought in the Metal Men?
Nice.
We need something like different out there that could be really neat. And I did have a comment from one of the people on Facebook. Ryan Otney said, and I quote, "It seems like she's angry this season after Mon-El disappeared into space. what if they introduce the Lantern Corps in space and build to a Red Lantern Kara like they did in the comic? That would be awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just feels like they're always afraid, especially after Ryan Reynolds. They're afraid to touch any of that Green Lantern stuff.
There should have. I mean, look, that was in 2011. It's 2017. It's been 6 years. Okay, 6 years.
I know.
Do you know how many years passed between Batman and Robin and Batman Begins?
That's like the amount of time since they announced Krypton and where we're at now.
Yes, and then our update on Krypton, the TV series, coming 2018, as we know. But I mean, that's kind of what I want to see as of right now. Just me thinking with Supergirl season 3.
Oh, wait. We only got like 8 minutes left, and I want to get your the Superman expert's opinion. We haven't talked about this officially. I mean, back and forth, texting and stuff. Mr. Oz, Action Comics.
You know what? I think it's crazy, but makes sense at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And spoilers for anyone who doesn't know.
3, 1.
Mr. Oz was revealed to be Jor-El. And basically, Dr. Manhattan took him as the second, as Krypton was exploding. Spoilers. Just hinting at that. So, and he lived a very, as he was on Earth, when he arrived, he's been here a little while, very tortured existence of what he's experienced. So, it's kind of like it represents the anti-Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that this is a reflection of what maybe Superman could have been had he not had his parents and just seen the dark side of humanity and really never have to see the good side, because it seems like that's all Jor-El has experienced. And we learned that somebody was only showing him that at the same time. So the Mr. Oz thing is interesting. The fact that he's named Mr. Oz is interesting.
It's just like, what's Dr. Manhattan up to? Why didn't he save him? And, I don't know if you read Detective yet, but I mean...
Nope, I gotta go get it. I haven't been to the shop yet.
Mr. Oz kidnapped Tim Drake, and...
He kidnapped Doomsday.
Yeah. He had 2 versions of Tim Drake. There was an older, darker Tim Drake as Batman in there too, so...
What's his game plan? I'm curious, is Cal gonna have to fight his father? Because then it's man, all the stuff that Superman's been through and had to deal with, recently. Just thinking about the arcs of, the New 52 Superman, which is continuity since, what do you call it? Since the two halves of Superman came into one.
Mm-hmm.
There's something I don't want to see in Supergirl Season 3. Supergirl Red, Supergirl Blue.
No, you don't want that?
But if they did it, it'd be kind of cool at the same time. If they made it legit, they needed make it kind of the way they did Justice League Action.
Or they go full-on Superman 3 and Kara has to fight Supergirl.
That would be interesting.
Even if it's just maybe it's in her mind or something.
Yeah, I can literally see that though, just because of the fact that she's supposed to be just Kara.
Yeah.
Even Sayla's I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. She's getting hungry.
But
no, the Mr. Oz arc.
Does it hurt or help Superman's backstory?
It doesn't hurt. I say because. Once again, this is an altered, twisted Jor-El in the sense that he didn't die, he survived, and all his ideas that he sent his son to Earth are still there. But at the same time, he experienced a very harsh Earth, and he says he regrets sending his son. But where the story comes out at is what really is going to make the difference.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't regret it, if he learns or what it means. What kind of role will Jonathan play with Mr. Oz, being his grandson? being half human as well. And I'm coming, baby girl. I'm coming. So we'll see how that plays. Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
We're talking Mr. Oz right now. Hey, Solo. So that would be a very interesting, I think, way his story plays out. But also, like I pointed out to you, and you said, Phil, it's interesting that on the cover for Action is I'm coming, buddy. Superman's grandpa with his mom, which you said would be a Krypton tie-in. So, but yeah, that's our thoughts real quick for Supergirl season 3.
All right. Thanks, man. I guess I'll see you tonight for prequel at 7:30.
Yep. You and Charlie go ahead and take over. I'm gonna go take care of my kids.
All right. Good job.
See ya.
See ya.